Hello everybody, welcome back. Today's block is called Block House, and these are our components. I decided to lay it out like this because this is a directional fabric and I wanted it to be correct. So these are 4.5-inch squares. So you'll need two of those in what I chose as red, and two 2.5-inch squares in that same fabric. My green is also 4.5-inch squares, just those two, and then two white in 4.5, and I chose this yellow because this has red and yellow in it both. I don't know how it'll look. We're going to do it anyway. I mean, I guess that's a pretty good idea of how it'll look. So, duh. So the big ones are all 4.5 inches. The small ones are 2.5 inches. And we're just going to get started. So our first step is we're going to sew these together. So I'm going to fold that over, and I'm going to put a pin in it. And the side I'm going to sew. Same with this one, just fold it over. Put a pin in the side I'm going to sew. This one here. And like I said, the music notes are the way I want them to go. I think this one's actually upside down, I think. Yeah. So let me double check it. Yep. The way I want it to go, because I do want them to be upright. And then this one I'm just going to fold down, and we're going to head over and sew it. I'm going to pin it there though. So let's go sew these. Lay them off to the side. I'll take my pin out when I get it up here on the machine. Quarter-inch seam down all along. And last one. Let's cut them off, and we'll go iron these open and put them back where they go. I'm just going to lay that carefully on there. And I'm just going to iron them all to the yellow polka dot fabric because it's on all of them and it'll just be easier to iron them. It's not easier, it's just what I'm doing. Alright, then we'll lay them back. Lay them there, and we'll put them back where we had them. So we had our white ones in these corners. The top left and the bottom right. And then our music notes will go in the other corners. I sewed one upside down. How'd I do that? No, I didn't. Yes, I did. So I do want them correct, so I'm going to go redo that. See? It's okay. Okay, I'm just going to re-sew that real quick on the other side. And then I'll iron that open, or I'll iron that one flat. And it won't really matter because you're going to sew it to you're going to sew that seam in anyway. So it'll be just fine. And that one will go there. So then we're going to sew these blocks together. These two, and these two. So essentially you're going to have 2 blocks the same, because if I folded this around it would look exactly like that. So I'm just going to fold that up. I will spin it around and I'm going to put a pin there in it. And I'm going to do this one, just fold it over. Put a pin in it. And this one down. So this is a partial seam block, which really intimidated me at first, but they are really not bad. I was a little worried. The first one I did it on, I believe I did it in a Harry Potter fabric for my son's quilt. But it wasn't bad at all. So we're going to go sew these up. Two more. It's actually pretty nice because there's not really any seams that need matched up. And last one. Alright, we're going to iron these to our solid block. Just cutting them apart there. Grab the ironing pad. Something a little crooked. It'll be okay though. So I must have had my seam a little short when I did the blocks, the 2.5 inch blocks. So now we're going to lay it back out. And again, your music notes, or whatever you choose, my music notes, are going to be in the corners. So I'm going to go ahead and do those like that. And then our white ones will also be in the corners. That goes down. Silly. Like that. No, like that. Because I want my music notes to be upright. I don't do a lot of directional fabrics, but here we are. And like that. So now we are going to, we're going to sew just a little bit here, just about halfway here on this one. We're going to fold this down and we're just going to sew, like I said, about halfway on, well, a little more, like to about there. So we're going to head over and do that. And I'm going to right to about there, and I'll back stitch a little because we're going to be ironing it. And we'll have to just get that off of there. And I'll put this back on. So we'll head back over. And I'm going to iron it open. Just that part there. And then we're going to take this that was the side piece and we're going to fold it over. And I'm going to pin it right there. And I'm going to pin it in the middle because this one's a little loose. It'll move on you. And then I'm just going to hold it here, but we're going to, so glad I noticed that. This one goes up here and that one goes down there. So it's this one because of my music notes. Actually, those are upside down. I did do one of them wrong. Maybe not. I don't know how music goes. We're going to put it in anyway. We're going to pin it at the bottom or the back here. We're going to pin it in the middle. And since I'm just right next to my sewing machine, I'm just going to hold it, well, right here at the beginning so it goes straight. So I'm just going to hold it there. We're going to head over. And we're going to sew this one all the way down. Go over and iron it, and we'll move on. We're just going to go right around in a circle, and I'm going to iron this open this way. Now we're going to go to this one, which goes right here. We're just going to do the same thing. We're going to pin it at the back here and one in the middle. And then again, I'm just going to hold it at the beginning and we're going to sew this one up. Cut it loose. We'll iron it open. And then our last one, we're going to fold this up out of the way. So this is our block. We're going to fold this out of the way because we want to sew all the way down through that one. So we're going to take this and put it on there, pinning at the end. And again in the middle. And again, I'm just going to hold it at the edge here, or the beginning. And we're going to head over and sew that. Alright, now we'll iron this open and we just have to sew up our last seam. Now we're going to fold this back and we're going to fold this one over. So this is our block. We're just going to fold this up so we can finish this seam. And since we've already started it, I'm going to fold it over to this side because this is where the seam is folded to. And I'm going to pin it at the end. and in the middle. I'm actually going to start it right here where my stitches are. I'm going to start it a little back. So we're going to go over. We'll get that off of there. We'll line this up. And I'm going to lower my needle by hand, and it's not actually lined up, so I'm going to move it just a hair. And right there it is. So I'm going to back stitch just one, and then we're just going to sew straight forward. Alright, and now we should have a completed block. So we're going to take this, and let's see, we ironed it. Where am I at? Which one am I on? This one. Let's see. We're going to iron here and just fold it up. And there you have it. Pretty patchwork looking. I don't know that I like that green and red together like that, but I've made the block. It's finished. This is what we have. So again, it's called Block House. I do like it. I'll probably make it again, which I don't usually make blocks more than once or twice, to be quite honest with you. I like sampler quilts so I can try them all. It is a 10-inch block, and again, it was 2.5-inch squares and 4.5-inch squares. Really all that's to it. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you make the block and love it, and I will see y'all next time. Have a great day.